Good morning, traders. Everyone on YouTube and Discord, thank you for joining us this morning. Let's see if we can have another good day like yesterday. We could sure use it here in the holiday season. Haven't seen too much this morning. I've seen the STTK stock. I don't know what happened there. But to go from $2 all the way up to $7 and then lose most of it. Don't know about that one. So if you're new here, we'll be watching this volume spike indicator for any movement in the stock market. If the stock decides to move, it'll be reflected right here in this column. You'll see these percentages take off and it'll say bullish. This column here is going to be watching for us for the last 30 minutes for any stocks that start moving. Once we see this spike, we'll immediately go over here to the current volume bar and make sure there's enough volume for us to get in and get out safely. Still have about 3.5 minutes to go for market open. Good luck in your trading. And we'll see what happens at market open at 6 a.m. Make sure you have EXT selected on your chart so you don't miss your trades. And may the Lord bless us today with our financial decisions. So if you notice the last 2 days, the stream was live, but you could not hear me. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the video stream each morning so you're not staring at a blank screen on YouTube. You won't have any sound, but you'll have the video each morning. And I know you're going to ask, where is the gray part for pre-market up here? I disabled it. And you can disable it as well if you want. You just go to Style, Settings, Equities, and uncheck the highlighted extended hours, and you can clean up the screen. So Style, Settings, Equities, uncheck highlighted extended hours, and that'll take the gray off of it. About a minute to go. Sure wish I could see some activity up here before that minute expires. Good morning to everyone just now joining us. About 15 seconds to go before market open. Starting to see a little bit of activity. RSLS, it was moving a bit for us yesterday. It's a cheaper penny stock. I won't be playing it, but you can if you want. Kind of hard to display the pullbacks on these cheaper stocks. They're so volatile. You never know which way it's going to go. I'll give it a try here, see if the pullback works, but they're probably going to sell it off. That's usually how that works on these cheaper stocks. Need this candle to close. This would be resistance. If this candle closes, I'll mark the body of the candle at the bottom for support. Support will always be your entry level. You don't want to chase green candles if you can avoid it. Not seeing anything else on the chart, on the watch list to mark. Did not get a good pullback here on that first red candle. Going to wait on the second one. I'll check STTK. I don't like that it sold off so hard after going to $7 a share. Don't know if I can trust this one or not. It almost seemed like a pump and then a sell-off. No follow-through. It could go, though it's looking like it will. I'm watching the volume down here. Let me give it a little bit of space. Showing weakness, I see the buyers already slacking off. Yeah, I'm watching this line down here. This is volume. This is not moving averages. Watching the very end of these lines, this is going to tell us the buyers or sellers' direction. I'm going to be releasing the swing trade indicator this coming weekend. I think I've done enough testing on it. CCCC, a mover from yesterday, is making a small move here this morning. It made a good move yesterday in after hours trading from about 230 up to 310, I believe it was. A good 80-cent move in after hours trading. I watched it for about an hour, but then when I quit watching it is the time it decided to go up, and that's just about par for the course. Moment I turn my head, you know how it goes. An 80-cent run. Good morning, Ibra. and everyone that's just now popping in. If you're new here, you don't know what's going on. We're watching this volume spike column. This is going to tell us the moment a stock starts moving. Don't have to go chase them. The stocks come to us. So if the stock starts moving, it'll pop up here on the list and let you know the percentage that it's moving. It's not the kind of open I was hoping for. Maybe we'll get a play here soon. Now 6:07, 7 minutes after open, no activity. Maybe CCCC. We'll find some buyers. If you want to take a look at that swing indicator while we're slow, I'll go ahead and put it up here. I've done a lot of work to it. So you can see it called it out right here before it took off this morning, started giving you a green trend line. That's what's going to be coming out this weekend, probably Sunday around 1 o'clock. Uses all the time frames. I don't base it on green crossing red. You have to watch price action as well. I'll be explaining that through the session. So this doesn't necessarily mean get in, because these can go up and they can cross and the price can pull back. Yeah, Don, it seems like every day there's something to hold us back. I think it's in the plans of making us go broke. Not going to work, though. We're going to defeat it. So let's go back to the V4, what you're used to. And what I'm going to be talking about you can see the V4 is spot on as well. It also called out that same arrow. You know what I wish? I wish that ThinkorSwim would hold these settings, and I'm not having any luck with that. I've never had any luck with that, actually. But when you move something around, even if you save it and you turn it off and turn it back on, it's not saved anymore. They sure need to fix that. Watching for the volume spikes. If you're new here, I'll do an introduction at 6:30. We're going to wait till the market calms down. Not that we need to wait on it to calm down, but I usually do them at 6:30 because nothing's happening this morning, so we're not waiting on a calm down. So I'll do my introduction at 6:30 and walk you through these indicators, let you know what they're doing, how much work they're doing for you, so that all you have to worry about is clicking the button. I'm sorted by Momo up here. I guess I need to click it down here too. STTK trying to make a little bit more move here. This may end up going up. We'll just have to watch it and see. I just don't know why it sold off so hard after going up. Maybe they thought it was good news and it was just somewhat kind of good news. Or maybe not so bad a news when they were expecting bad news. I don't know how that goes. Hard to predict the news. Not a pullback. They're selling out on it. So really in pre-market, if you want to sort by volume spike, it's okay to do that. You can just bring the spikes on up to the top, because that's basically what we're looking for anyway. I just like to sort by Momo so I can tell what's moving overall and maybe catch it before the spike or right at the spike. So these stocks have moved a little bit this morning. Good morning, Frank. Waiting on volume spikes, nothing moving at the current moment. STTK's volume is very low. They're just trickling in, selling off, getting tired of waiting, not worth getting into yet. May not even be worth getting into. Yeah, they have news. Must have been not so good. Probably not good as expected. Can you guys not hear me over on Discord? Thank you very much, Robert. And you have video over on Discord. I want to make sure the bugs are out of it. No activity yet this morning. No chance of making money yet. We know it's coming, though. I'll go ahead and do the walkthrough now since it's so quiet. I am Ricky Gaspard. I'm a guy who trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990, and I'm also a ThinkScript coder of 15 years. I'm watching this stock to see if it takes off before I get too deep into this. Looks like the buyers may have found it. I'm going to take a shot at it. So I've coded my own scripts, my own indicators, and my own labels. And this script right here, I decided that I needed to break down the volume to give everybody a better chance of making money in the market. It's not actually buyers and sellers, it's bullish and bearish. So we're scanning the pre-market for the last 30 minutes over here in this column. It's letting us know anything that's moved over the last 30 minutes. If they move a little bit, you get a score, a low score. If they start moving a lot, the number increases and they work their way up to the top of the list. So once we get a volume spike, we come over and we look at the current bar volume right here to make sure there's enough volume flowing in for us to get in and out safely. We look for a crossover over here of these moving averages. They're pre-coded into the script. This is the 5 EMA and the 13 EMA. I manually inserted the 34 EMA for a trend indicator. Since we're scalping, a 34 works good for me. It lets me know faster the angle of the price and the slope and the trend. Once we get that spike and get this crossover, you'll see these arrows pop in. These are spike arrows to let you know the volume is increasing, the buyer volume. And you'll get a red one if the sellers come in and start pulling it back. Up here, you'll see a label pop in, bullish or bearish. And this lets us know if this current candle has more buyers or more sellers. This label down here replaces our volume bars. It lets us know the total volume, of course, not in pre-market. But we monitor the current bar and the last bar. If this number exceeds this one, the volume is definitely increasing. There's more activity going on. Over here you'll see sellers and buyers, and they're not really sellers and buyers. It's positive volume and negative volume, positive going up, negative going down. So this told us overall of the total volume, was there more buyers or more sellers in the total volume? And that's what this lets us do. Well, we couldn't remember that over time. Was there more buyers or sellers over the last hour? The brain just doesn't work that way. So I converted volume into line indicators. These would be the buyers. These would be the sellers. This is not a moving average. This is letting you know there's more buyers in this stock than there are sellers. It's a very good indicator. It's much more powerful than volume bars once you get used to it. The angle of these lines does not mean the angle of the price. This red line can be above the green one, but yet the price can still go up. It all depends on how many buyers and how many sellers are in the volume. Never trade off of my screen. My screen can be delayed at times. Sometimes it can even shut off. I've had that happen, and you've experienced it as well. Get set up on your own computer before you start trading. Don't trade off of my screen. As the stock is happening, I'm going to mark out support and resistance levels and tell you where the entries are. And we've been pretty successful at that. About 80% success rate, sometimes 90%. You've seen that evident yesterday. We called both of them right out. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel and watch my videos, I'll put the link down here in the description. Subscribe to my YouTube, watch the older videos and the newer videos. That's the only thing I get paid for you, to teach you this free education and to give you these free tools. Like the videos, comment on the videos, let YouTube know I'm doing a good job here and that you are making money. Below the video, you will find a link to our Discord. If you join our Discord, this is where you'll find all of these indicators. You'll find almost 3,000 investors. And there's the link to Discord. A lot of these investors are using these tools. Some of them have paired them up with their current strategy that they've been using for years. Use them how you wish. They all work. You can ask anyone in the chat, anyone in Discord, how successful are these indicators? They'll let you know right off the bat. I don't have to prove them to you. They'll prove themselves. We just follow along with what they do. They find the stock picks for you. I don't. And that's evident. They'll be popping up here in this column. And you can monitor stocks throughout the day without having to search them down. You may have to change watch lists every now and then or different scans, but the software will continue to do the work for you and find the stocks. If you haven't liked the live stream yet, please do so. That helps me keep my ratings up on YouTube, helps keep this content free. And once you sign up to Discord, make sure you accept the disclaimer or you won't see any channels. Head over to Start Here on Discord. It'll let you know what to do first. Also, watch our how-to videos if you don't know how to install scripts, labels, and indicators. I've got videos on each one to teach you how to do it. Also visit our trading floor where we have Gregster and River Place Dad doing their due diligence on stock picks. They post stock picks as they see the good ones pop up to let you know to look at this stock, it may be worth watching. We have the Trading Options Traders channel with Bobby on it. He's a very good options instructor. And he pretty much rocks the world over there on options. He also holds a live stream like I do whenever there's enough participants to take you a little bit deeper into options. So reach out to him, see when his next schedule is, and he'll let you know when the date is. I appreciate you joining us this morning as we wait on stock picks to come. So enjoy your coffee as we wait for numbers to pop in. Yeah, it's not looking good for us this morning, Scott. Maybe it'll happen. You know, it changes in a heartbeat, so we'll see what happens. We know we're not missing anything. We just have to wait on the numbers to pop in. Yeah, STTK, it is creeping, though. Do we get in for 100 shares and sit on it? That's what I'm thinking. I mean, at least we have a line in the water if we do that. Not getting a volume spike in it. It's just a bunch of small purchases coming in. But they are steadily coming in. And it does have nice volume. It's low volume, but it's nice volume. Watching the buyers fading away here. You know, we've seen stocks like this before, and we kept debating if we should get in. And we watched it go up a couple of bucks. And you end up missing it if you don't just get in. These are risk plays, so don't take my words to heart. Because the moment I click the mouse, you may lose money. It may go down. Sometimes it happens that way. It happens to all of us. You see, if I would have got in when I said maybe I should pick up some, I'd be in the hole right now. That's why I like high volume flow, not just trickling in or trickling out. Good morning, Dan. Got to watch this volume down here. This really tells the story of what's going on. We knew immediately when they were starting to pull out of it. This could be an entry. It's hard to tell when it's low volume. This could just be a couple of profit takers right here in these red candles before the next slow climb. I'm not seeing $4 as a breakout level here. What I'm seeing is trouble. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of people hoping it goes up because there's nothing else up there in the watch list. So hopefully Discord got the bugs fixed from yesterday. That was devastating. I don't know why they both can't get it together. Sometimes YouTube, sometimes Discord. Watching these lines down here makes to see if the buyers are going to come back in. And that probably was some profit takers before the next run up. I guess I'm going to come in with 500 shares and see where it goes. I'll add to it if it continues to go. Couple more profit takers right there. I'm not down much, Bob. 30 bucks so far. I don't think they're selling it off. I think they're just taking profit. Should come right on back up. We'll see. Got to watch this red line over here. If this red line turns upwards, that's when you want to bail on it. I'm watching level 2 as well. I don't see a bunch of sellers on it. I'm going to take that $70, $80 right there, 80.45, and I'm going to wait and see what it does. I'm in profit. I locked in more than coffee, so that's good. Uh-oh, I must have brought it down. So there's my $80 profit right there. If you don't think I got in it, I did. 500 shares, as I said. Looks like I made a wise decision to take that 80 and get out of there. This is probably just profit takers again. There may be another opportunity down here at the bottom to get back in. Buying volume looks good. You see the nose of this line is popping up. It's going to go up some more. Always buy the dips. I know I didn't buy the dip. I'm eating my own words, but you should buy the dips when they happen this way. At least that way, if you're at the bottom already, you got a good chance of it bouncing up a little bit. Looks like it may be fading out, though. Good morning, Will. If it's your first time here, this is what we do every morning. We don't really get all excited. We don't let emotions factor into our plays. We simply wait on them to take off, and that's when we plan our entries. You'll see me do some pullbacks in a little bit if we can get the stocks to participate. What we need is high volume. This is not high volume. This volume is just trickling in. Once we get high volume and the price is really jumping around, you will see me do some pullbacks and put you into the profit. Good job, Robert. So if you don't know what I've done here, I decided to reach out to a lot of investors who were struggling. I've been at it long enough to know what's going on, what to look out for. I'm not going to call myself a pro, but I was making money when other people wasn't. So I'm reaching out to the community, showing them what I do for free, giving them my indicators that I personally programmed so that I can bring everybody back into profit. If you don't think I've done that over the last 6 months, just ask around. Anybody in the chat, anybody in Discord. I'm not here to brag. I'm just here to show you that what I've created actually works. And the way I prove it to you is I let you watch the indicators. The indicators will prove themselves. I don't have to convince you of it. Just join us every morning at 6 a.m. to 9:30, and you'll see that these things really work. It's a different approach on investing. A lot of people used to run from these red candles. You would give up on it and say, well, that one's not going to work out, and you'd go on to the next one and then come back and look at this one, and it took off. These pullbacks are entries. They're not runaway indicators. And I'll make that obvious as soon as we can get a pullback. Good job, Joseph. You can see the people in the chat are making money. A lot of people haven't been here but for 30 days or 2 weeks. I've actually had one guy come in 3 days later. He was making $2,000 whenever that opportunity popped up. You just have to watch what's going on and play it in the right order. We need volume spikes. We need a lot of volume. We need a crossover. We need the arrows. And we need a pullback. But in this case, it was obvious it was going to go up a little bit more. So sometimes we have to step away from the strategy when it's low volume and take our chances. I did that this morning. A couple of you did it as well and made some money. It's not like they were selling the stock off. They were taking profits as it rose up. Thank you, Al, for that comment. I am seeing the sellers. If you're watching, this is the seller volume. You can see the seller volume is dropping off. So they're kind of sitting on the shares at this point. Some of them may get tired of waiting and start selling out. They could have got in way down here when we probably should have, but it's a risk play, like I said before. It's to each investor's decision when it comes to stocks like this. The reason why the price is dropping is because the buyers are also fading away. This is what I said. You can have green above red, but the price can come down because this is not an indicator of the stock's price direction. This is simply volume. Down here is low volume. Up here is higher volume. And that's evident from here. It started out on low volume. The buyers started coming in. The volume started increasing, so the line started working its way up to the top. Sure is quiet this morning. I'm not seeing any activity. I'm used to 2 or 3 of them moving around. Now we don't have any of them moving around. But that's okay. At least we're not out there having to search for something to buy. We know there's nothing happening just by looking up at our own watch list. You can see a dip down in the sellers and a dip up on the buyers. We may pull up for a little bit of recovery here. What we really need to do is break this level now. And this would be resistance. This would be support. You can see it could not break through resistance up here. It pulled back, made a U-turn. So we call this red candle support. It should bounce right back up to 452. But to play this stock again, I would wait for the break of 452. So our next chance to have a stock run for us is 7 o'clock. Usually news comes out at the top of the hour. We have had news come out at the half hour as well. It happened recently. It's a rare instance that it comes out on the half hour, but it can happen as we saw last week. So it's 7 o'clock, about a couple minutes till. Maybe something will start spiking in anticipation of news coming out. That will be evident in this column or this one. We're watching both scans. This is our pre-market scan. It's coded with the after hours pricing. So it's strictly monitoring after hours trading. This one down here is just the price sorted by volume. So this one's looking at the entire market. Not necessarily pre-market, but the other stocks that are not moving up here in pre-market. Sometimes they'll pair up like this. Sometimes they'll only be down here, but not up here. And that's why we run both scans. You can find these scans over on Discord. You can find this setup over on Discord. Once you join Discord, head over to current setup. All of the updated files will always be in current setup. There's steps 1 through 5. That's the files you want to load. Don't worry about all of the older files. They're good, don't get me wrong, but to stay current, always load the current setup. I'm always updating files. When I do, I send out a message to everyone for you to go reload a certain search or scan or indicator. That way we're always on the same page. We're always looking at the same data. The only difference is your scan may refresh before mine or mine before yours, and our stocks don't match, but then they come into sync later on. If you haven't liked the live stream this morning, just remember that's my little bit of coffee money. Help me out. Hit the like button if you like what you see. Let's keep spreading the word. Keep bringing in the investors. Let's lift them all up. Bless them all. And show them that there's still money to be made in this market. Got about 8 minutes to go before the top of the hour. You're welcome, Jack. You come here every morning, you'll see we do this over and over and over. Sometimes we do not get a stock play the whole pre-market session. Sometimes we get 2. Very rarely we get 3. But I have had it happen. I got to step in here and protect JC, it sounds like. You know, you can have the best indicators in the world that you rely on all the time, and they can be wrong. Even mine can be wrong. So he probably made a good call from what he saw on the chart. Just that the buyers and sellers determine the direction, not the indicators. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy. Jimmy, you missed a slow crawler here. You could have made some money this morning with us. Think you need to get them chickens crowing at 4:30 so you can get up with us. David, it is. I don't know about you guys, but my chickens always end up in the skillet. What a quiet morning. Lord, we need a blessing here. Got about 3 minutes to go before the top of the hour. Let's see if some news comes out. So let me show you the pullback, oh, not the pullback, the swing indicator. Let you know how it called this play. So we got a white arrow here and a get out right here. So it's doing a fantastic job. It'll be released on Sunday. Piper, check to make sure that it's on extended hours. Right click on the name and go to edit formula. And right here, make sure that extended hours is checked. That's the one setting that you have to make. It won't save it when I turn it into a shared file. Kenny, it's going to be, you'll be able to use it anytime. And then to sort them like this, you just click on the name until they come to the top. About 45 seconds to go before the top of the hour. Let's see if we can get some news out on something and make a few more dollars. You're welcome, Kenny. I need to quit putting out indicators or you're not going to know which one to use. I guess you can get 40 monitors and put them on all of the monitors. That would definitely be verification. All right, it's 7 o'clock, 30 seconds after. Let's see if we can get a volume spike up here, see what's moving. I'm going to just get away from that one for a minute. We got RSLS. That was yesterday's play. It gave us a few dollars. It's a cheaper penny stock. I won't be playing it. Rather save my money for the 50-cent or dollar gainers instead of penny gainers. Seeing a couple of activity down here, but they're not coming up here. So they're just bouncing, not worth looking at. So it looks like we're going to blow through the 7 o'clock hour with no news. It usually takes them 3 to 4 minutes if news comes out for them to interpret that news. So about 7:05, we probably won't have anything. And before you ask, we're not just monitoring penny stocks. My price is set at 25 cents with no maximum on the price. It's just that the higher price stocks rarely trade in pre-market. We have seen Tesla, Microsoft, AMD pop up here in pre-market when they release news. So no matter what price range you trade, it's going to pop up here if it starts moving. Not restricted on the amount of the price of the stock. Let me go ahead and refresh our connection while it's slow. Coming back up now. We should be back live. I'm watching these percentages for growing numbers. I'm not seeing any growing percentages. That's what I'm watching for. These numbers need to start climbing. STTK channeling between 403 and 452. You can catch the bounce off the lower line. Hopefully it'll rise up to the 52, but it hasn't done that over the last 10 or 15 minutes, so I wouldn't chance it, but it is bouncing between these two support and resistance levels. So no stock play at the 7 o'clock hour. Jimmy Miles, you can get these files over in current setup on Discord. I can't control what time it says. It's set by the internet. It's matching my computer clock, so it's got to be right on my side. Seeing a mover up here, RSLS, that same penny stock, paying out them pennies. It's only 40 cents to 41 cents, so a penny at a time. But they are buying it. If you look down here, here's the seller line. Look at the buyer's line. So more buyers than sellers. You can see the sellers turning up right here. They may start taking that 1 or 2 pennies. Jimmy, you can find that up over in TOS scripts. So what the up does is it calls out, it lets you know there's a pullback. In other words, there was a sequence of red candles headed downwards, and then a green spiking candle comes in after those red ones, indicating a pullback. When that green candle pops in, it'll say the words up. See you later, Robert. Have a blessed one. See you later, two stray dogs. Have a blessed one. The Momo indicator is over in current setup. And if you saw me demonstrate earlier, once you load it, you need to right click on it, edit formula, and check this box to include extended hours. Very slow morning this morning. Not much to look at. Enjoy your coffee. While we wait on something to pop up, if you're paying for a subscription service that alerts you to stocks too late or gives you one stock at a time, you can cancel that bill once you get this setup going. I saved $800 a year by creating this volume spike indicator. Not seeing any volume on JFBR. Must have been a pump. Good morning, George. Drop Dead Fred, we're only interested in volume spikes to stocks that are actually moving. We are aware of CCCC since yesterday. If it's not up here in the list spiking, we're not worried about it at the moment. I see it right here. No volume spike, sitting dormant. I know you're probably thinking replay from yesterday, but it's not replaying yet. Don, that is correct. STTK waking up a little bit. Needs to break that 452 before I'm interested. You are welcome, Hawa. See you later, Solo, and great job on that investing. Have a blessed day. Good job, Fun Human. Lots of money being made this morning for nothing to be happening. How about that? You can see them reporting in the chat. Good job, Scotty. Adrian, you can fix that. It's either get out and get back in or adjust the resolution on your YouTube video. Bring it down to 720, I believe is the setting. Beverly, you sign up to our Discord and head over to current setup. You'll find all of the files there. If you're not in Discord, there's a link to our Discord. Make sure you accept the disclaimer so you become a member and see the channels. But everything is in current setup. Jimmy, since it's resisting breaking this level 452, I don't want to get in it if it can't break through this level. That means there's a bunch of sellers sitting up here waiting to take profit. And when it reaches that level, they start selling and pulling it back down. So it needs to break through 452. SPRC taking off. We need a pullback. I don't want to chase the green candles. You can if you want, but it's a high risk play. You never know when the big red one's coming. I will mark out support and resistance on this stock if we get a pullback. Watching these volume lines down here, the sellers are down here. You see the seller line turning up. That means they're starting to take profit. You can see the wick up here of the sellers driving the price back down. This may end up being our resistance level here if that red candle can pull the price down. If it doesn't come all the way back down, that means the buyers are coming back in to drive it up even higher. We are getting a spike arrow. It's probably going to go up. That was a 50, 60, 70 cent gain right there. 80-cent gain. You can see the profit takers right here in this wick. Let's see if we can get a pullback out of it. I'd like to see it pull back down to the bottom of this candle. This is going to be your entry down here on the support level, wherever this candle closes. If it doesn't close, it may run up even higher. If it does close, there's a possibility of making 70 cents between these two lines, maybe 80. So let's get this candle to close and watch the bounce back up. Up, the buyers are coming in, it looks like. May not get a pullback play on it, we'll see. That candle closed up here. We may still get a bounce. I'm going to wait to see if this is another red candle coming in. Really need to see it pull back down to here. That's what I want to see. Not much of a pullback. That means the buyers are right there where they need to be. There's a close. I'm going to go ahead and mark it out. This would be an entry for the bounce back up to 862. You can see how fast that happened. Let's see if we can get it up to 862. I'm watching these lines. I'm seeing the sellers coming back in, so we got to be careful here. Make sure you're out quickly if it reverses on you. It is showing weakness. That does not mean it's going to go down. Don't know if I would trust it at this point. That one did not work out. Still may pull back up a little. But we got a lot of profit takers coming in right here. David, yes it is. Good job, Jimmy. So SPRC could not support that price level, definitely pulling back. You're welcome, Scotty. The way you can avoid getting stung on these pullbacks, if you watch these two lines, if you see the sellers chasing the buyers, if both lines are headed up, that's probably going to be weakness that it cannot break that level up here. We like to see this red line kind of lay flat as the green one takes off while we're having a pullback. And that'll eliminate you getting stung up here when it should have bounced. Got to really pay attention to hear what's going on. Thank you, SH Farm, for your donation. It's greatly appreciated. Helps us keep the ball rolling down the road and help other investors. And God bless you. I want to thank our Patreon subscribers who got value out of this information and these indicators and decided to join me by contributing on Patreon. And thank you very much. If you haven't done so and you're making money and you feel that you want to pay it forward, there's a Patreon link over on Discord. Or you can do a one-time donation down in Super Chat. Just click the $ with the square down there where you type, hit Super Chat, and name your price. Even if it's $1, it helps. Keep that in mind. If you're benefiting and you want to pay it forward and do your part, that's where you do it. It's not mandatory. I'm not asking for your money. It's only if this is a blessing to you and you feel it's worth it. Currently no volume spikes. Enjoy your coffee while we wait. It's 7:30. There could be some rare news come out. We will see. CCC slow crawling upwards. I'm not seeing any indication to get in. The volume is quite low. It's dropping off. So this stock is trading at 0.03 times normal volume. So it's greater, 0.03 times greater than previous volume. This is the average true range. So if the volume was doubled from yesterday, it would probably say 1 up here, 0.1. CCC moving up a bit. It did break this price range right here. I'm going to wait on a pullback. I'm not going to chase the candles because the moment I click buy, they go down. Good job, GMAC. Once you get these indicators, you can protect yourself by observing how each one of them is responding to a stock price. This looks pretty strong right here, actually. Look at the buyers coming in. The sellers are laying back. Good job, David. It did move nicely in after hours yesterday. It still has not broke after hours pricing as of yesterday. I think it was 310 or 305, maybe somewhere in that range. See if we get a pullback here on CCCC. I'm watching the lower volume lines. I'm seeing the sellers stepping up. But I'm seeing the buyers say, no, you're not. We're going up higher. Now we have an undecided candle. Sellers are laying flat, so are the buyers. Possibility they'll step in here and start taking profit since it's having a weak upward movement. This may be the point of the pullback. We'll see. All right, that candle did close. So this would be your entry for the bounce back up to 298. It's only 6 cents. Don't get too excited. So don't jump in immediately. Let's wait for confirmation. It may break right through 298 if the buyers come in. I'm watching down here. Sellers are trying to come back, and so are the buyers. There's a spike arrow. Let's see if they can drive it up. I'm watching the nose of this line down here. They're driving it back up to 298. Sellers are dropping off. Another spike arrow. Let's see if we can get it up there. It's showing weakness like it don't want to go. We may start consolidating right here between these two lines. Looks like we're going to be in consolidation mode on this one. This is where you make your decision. Do you want to get out and wait, or do you just want to take what little bit you got and get out? You may be at break even. I don't know where you click the mouse. In this market, I do not believe in price targets. You're going to get what the market awards you if you're day trading. Be happy with what little bit you can pull out of it. Absolutely broke Joe. That was devastating. Somebody got tired of waiting and they dumped all the shares they were holding. I don't know that it's at support. It may be just consolidating right there between support and resistance. ORGO, let me take a look at it. There is no halts in pre-market, so the volume just flat died on it. Good morning, Island Man. So no traders, that's what's wrong with it. No takers. $7.47. If you're new here, I take a break at 8 o'clock till about 8:10 or 8:15. When I return about 8:25, we will change over to market open. When all the demons come into play the market, it's hard to make a profit at market open unless you chase green candles. I don't do so. I wait for the risers and try to mark out the pullbacks for safer entry. The market open, I'll be monitoring the top risers and see if we can't find a pullback to get into. Some of you have perfected chasing green candles, and I praise you for that. It's hard to do. I've learned my lesson years ago. Don't chase the green ones. Wait for the pullbacks. Get in safely. Thank you, Back Road Bound, for that comment. That's good news for me. That tells me everything is working fine. seeing a little pull up here on CCCC. Just got to watch them bullish and bearish spikes. They let you know immediately when something's starting to move. There's a good chance they'll pump this stock up before the market opens and take profit just before the bell rings. So you got to keep your eye on it to see which direction it's going to head. SPY is inching its way up this morning. It's not real volatile like it was yesterday. Retesting that 298 level. See if we can break through it. Still not breaking through 298. There we go. We're trying now. Maybe going to get a run up here. Watching these two lines down here, these volume lines. Still having resistance at 298. Sellers are backing off. The buyers are backing off. Looks like we're going to push through. Call wick on the top. Let's see if the buyers can overtake them. What I'm looking for here is I want the price to roll around and come back down and test this 298 before the next bounce up. I want to make sure that it's going to hold this level before I get in. Coming back down to test 298. Looks like the price is going to be good for a little bit more upward momentum. Buyers are holding it up there. A little bit more gain. That's a lot of work and a lot of panic for 5 cents, so that's not really a good entry point. You can see the buyers slacking off. Trying to push up. Let's see if we can get it done. I'm seeing the buyers slacking off, though. It's showing weakness here at this level. Seeing candle wicks on the top. We want them on the bottom. The sellers are slacking off, so we may go up a little. It's not strong enough for me to push that mouse button. I don't like cheap stocks that bounce like this. The play's always risky. STTK pushing up. Got to keep your eyes on these bullish signals. Got to have both of these scans running. You see that it's not up here, but it's moving down here. Volume is quite low. That's why the lines are down here. So when we saw this stock this morning, it was bouncing between these support and resistance levels. We did break through the upper level at 452. We needed to turn around and retest 452. Unless you were lucky enough to jump in prior to that burst of energy. See if we can get a pullback out of it. Pullback puts us in at a better entry price instead of clicking the mouse now and watching the red candle appear. That's what I'm talking about right there. Needs to come down, retest 452 for the next run up. Watching the buyers and the sellers, you see the sellers are also right up there with the buyers. No chance of a pullback, very small. The buyers come back in to buy a little bit more. Still struggling with them upper wicks. Would really like to see it come down and retest 452. Getting close. And the buyers come back in. They want to push it up bad. Since it's struggling so bad, I'm going to stay away from it for a while and see where we end up. We are coming up. Well, it is 8 o'clock. I should take my break here. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. Because if I take a break, it'll retest 452 and go to $20. That's how that works. Debbie, if you need the link to Discord, I'll put it down here in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Help me support this freebie and this education that everybody receives. You should have STTK and CCC in your private watch list to watch it market open. So far, those have been the two movers this morning. Good job, Michael. All right, I'm going to take my break here, and when I come back, you all will have made $1,000 off of this stock, and I'll have a cup of coffee. I'll be back in 10 minutes. All right, I am back. It's 8:10. They're probably going to pump it up a little bit before the market opens. They may sell off before the bell rings, so be careful of it. Sellers are headed down, buyers are headed up. Elias, you need to head over to Discord and head over to the how-to videos and take a look at the video that tells you how to set up for pre-market. You can trade this market. Call the pre-market session before market opens. It starts at 6 a.m. Central Time. You can start trading at that time. If you're not on our Discord, I'll put the link down there for you. That's the most important part. Come and talk to all the other investors, watch the videos, explore the Discord channel. Visit our trading floor, our options channel, our large caps, our futures room. Lots of free information for you to absorb. Come here each morning for these live streams. Learn about these indicators, make a few bucks with us, drink some coffee. Get blessed. That's what I like to call it. We don't run on luck here, we run on blessings. In about 11 minutes, we'll set up for market open. Need to watch STTK and CCCC at market open. They seem to be the two leaders this morning coming out of pre-market. One of them or both of them may jump right at the open. They may sell off as well, so be careful at that time. Plan your entries on a pullback if you can. If you chase green candles, you could lose money. Unless you're a professional green candle buyer. I would never consider myself that. I've been really good at it and I've been really bad at it. I find playing pullbacks is the safest way to cut my losses. And I think over time you'll figure that out as well. STTK is selling off before market open. CCC still bouncing up little by little. CCC still bouncing up a little bit. They are pumping it up. Be careful of a sell-off, though, before the bell rings. They could pull it way back. Reason I'm warning you about that, I see it happen too often. If you hang around here in the mornings, you'll figure that out too. You'll see it happen. Just before the bell rings, they start pulling it back unless it's very strong with good news. Steadily rising. There we go, a good little spurt there. So we did break yesterday's after hours high of 310, I believe it was. So we're in new ground now. We're in new territory. Nice little bounce up. So up about 12 cents since that last red candle, or that the last screen spurt there. This is an undecided candle here, and then we started climbing. I think we're running out of time, might not hit that 345. Pretty sure they'll sell it off before that bell rings. Here come the sellers. I see the red line turning up. Hopefully it's strong enough to support this price level and go right into market open. Nothing else moving on the watch list. This is the only play that I see moving currently. Here comes the sell-off that I said would happen before the bell. Going to set a resistance level here. See where we end up on the pullback. Looking like the buyers are going to step in here and keep it from going down too far. Just remember at market open, if this is the stock play, watch out for halts. It'll be about 10% of what the price is at open. You can be out at 9%. That's even more safer instead of getting caught in a halt. I'm going to go ahead and change the scans over. I'm going to put the 50-minute up here at the top. Down here, going to put the high flyers. I think I'm going to turn this news off and we're going to put the gap and run scan over there. You didn't catch the update yesterday. I did a nice update to the gap and run scan. You don't know what the gap and run scan, these are stocks that gap up higher than yesterday's close. So if these stocks open up higher than it closed yesterday, they're going to appear in this list. The high flyer scan is going to be all of the stocks that the moving averages are stacked. So the 5 is above the 13 is above the 21 is above the 34, and the price is above the 5, indicating an upward trend. That's the stocks you're going to find here in high flyers. So it's good to pay attention to this about 5 minutes after market open. The ones that are the strongest should be here. They're going to be lower volume stocks. So there's a very little volatility in these over here. And that could change anytime. Just be aware of it. But usually not much volatility, just slow risers. So we have a 326 support level for CCCC. About 2.5 minutes to go. Nothing spiking in the watch list. This may be our only play for this morning. Good job, Fun Human. So if you've never been here at market open, these volume spikes are really going to take off. They're going to get really volatile. You're going to see lots of red and green. We're going to be concentrating on these top few stocks up here. I like to see them crawl up the ladder. I want to see these volume percent change numbers really growing fast. The ones that are at the top, I'll be clicking on them and waiting for them to return on a pullback, see if we can get an entry. We don't get a play at market open about 5 or so minutes afterwards. I'll be concentrating on high flyers, see if we can get a consistent return on something. Look like they're pulling back on CCCC now. They don't want to go into market open. If they were in profit, they may lose it, so they're going to take it here. About 15 seconds to go. Good luck to everyone. Don't just buy green candles. Wait on pullbacks. See if you can make a little bit of money. It's always safe to wait till the volatility dies down after market open, about 5 minutes, and good luck. Here we go. Buyers immediately jump back in on CCCC. Here's the volatility I was talking about. Sellers are really strong, and the buyers, they're battling it out right here. Be prepared of that halt. That halt's around 30 cents. Looks like we're going to go up from here. I'll be waiting on a pullback. Probably going to have to come back down and retest that 326. Still moving up. 350, 360. May go into a halt. Be careful. Candle did change. I believe that resets the halt. Would like to see it come back down and retest 326. I think we're going to come down now. Don't know how far it's going to go. It may be just a slight pullback. The buyers may be waiting for those profit takers to get out of the way and then nail it. That's usually what happens. So not a strong pullback. The buyers are there. That candle did close. Let's see if we can get this one to close. Looks like it's going to continue selling off, retesting 326. This is where it would bounce if it doesn't sell off, but it looks like they're giving up on it almost. Let's see what happens. That must have been a panic sell that dropped it down between 326. So your entry would be here, providing we get a green candle. Or it may be up here if it turns green to run up. Watching these two volume lines down here, they're looking pretty good. The buyers are holding it up. Looks like we're going to run up from here. We did get a spike arrow. It is showing weakness still. Sellers are laying back. We may run up. Watching this red line. There goes the bump. Not a strong one. Not over yet. So if you're watching the candle wicks, the price made it all the way up to here. The wick on the top is the sellers taking profit and driving the price back down. So this is bad news if you're expecting it to go up. Down here is good news if you're expecting it to go up, because this was the sellers driving it down and the buyers brought it right back up. Right now we're bouncing at this level. They're still struggling. So wicks on the top, bad if you're buying. Wicks on the bottom, good if you're buying. And the reverse of that is if you're shorting. We may get that pullback back down to 326. It never did really come down and retest that level. We did have a spike hit down there, but the body, there we go. They sold it off. No chance on that one yet. They got tired of holding on to it, waiting on the rise. It never happened. They panicked and got out of it. So not a good entry. So the SPY is kind of holding everything back. It bounced up, it opened, but it seems to be now trickling back down. Hope the anxiety didn't get to you on this stock and you clicked the button and took a loss. You should not have entered. I would have called out the entry level had it happened. Always wait on me to say this is where you would enter if you get a green candle coming back in. We didn't have that. We had some bounces and some struggles and some pullbacks, and now a sell-off. It could recover. It could trickle its way back up here and try again. It has been a strong mover all morning. Well, not a strong mover, but it moved enough to go up. It brought in the buyer interest. Not seeing anything in the watch list column really spiking. Let's try NXTP. It's on the rise. It's a very cheap stock. It's also in the high flyer, so the moving averages are stacked. Like I said, the price is above the 5. It is rising. We are getting spike arrows as it rises. We always wait on a pullback. Don't chase these green ones. I'm not interested in it. You may be. If you've been here long enough to mark these support and resistance levels out, this is where you would start watching for your levels. I'm probably not going to set them because it's too cheap for me. Indicators are looking good on it. The buyers are there strong. The sellers are down here. I want to go for more than just pennies, a share size if I get in. Nice little bump there. That's what high flyers does for you. If you just be patient and watch these 1 or 2 at the top. So on high flyers, you're not going to get some strong pullbacks. You're going to get little tiny red candles and then some green ones, a little tiny red candle, then some green ones. Got to play it totally different. I'm looking at the sellers jumped in here, pulled it back down a little. So let's see if we end up with a tiny red candle here before the next green one. Very hard to sell off a stock when the moving averages are stacked and the price is above the 5 EMA. Probably fixing to go to a green candle. So your entries would be on these little red candles. Let me take a look at the SPY and see what the SPY is doing. SPY is selling off, not strongly, but it is selling off. Looking like it may be over for this penny stock or dollar stock. Not necessarily pennies. Not seeing any spike over here. Let's check EOSE. It's still going up. There's the tiny red candles I told you that you're going to see before the next green ones. So you would wait on red candles to see if it's going to go any higher. To play this scan efficiently, you have to continually sit here and check them, or you're always going to miss the runs. CCC channeling right here in this zone, or squeezing or consolidating, whatever you want to call it. EOSE not trading now. Volume has died. Tough market open. Nothing really bounced up and made a bunch of money. They are coming back into EOSE. Need these sellers to drop off. CCC a little bullish here. I'll go back to it and take a look. This stock could take off. It is holding a level, price level. That's what we like to see. Looked like a bull flag here developed. Looks like we are going to run up from this point. It is at a high. It should go back up to retest that high before the breakthrough. Looks like we're going to go. It looks good on the chart. Need the sellers to drop off. Inching up slowly. Uh-oh. Probably a couple of people getting tired of waiting. Wasn't a big sell-off, just some profit takers getting out. Looking like it's going to be a struggle for CCCC to get up there where it needs to be. Still consolidating in that same price range. I'm liking how it looks, but it's not performing like it should. Thinking they're going to give up here soon. If they can't get any profit out of it, they're going to start bailing on it. Could pull back down to 348 if that happens. Take a look at NXTP here, $1.21. It's doing the same thing. Let's try AAOI. Nice run up. We already had two pullbacks. I don't trust the third pullbacks. So far, we would have had to chase green candles to make a little bit of money. Probably best we didn't. Watching for anything to pop up down here in high flyers at the top levels. Seems like everything is just bouncing around this morning for slow gains. Nothing really being driven up strongly. Was the third pullback here on AAOI or L. I don't know if it's an L or an I. I'm thinking it's an I. Tough market this morning, very tough. Not giving us any easy plays. So this 50-minute momentum scanner, what it's doing, instead of looking back 30 minutes, it's now looking back 50 minutes for anything that's moved over the last 50 minutes. That's what this column is now doing. It is adjustable in the code only. So when you load them on your computer, you're going to get a 50-minute and a 30-minute. Nothing happening down here in the high flyers. I'm looking for anything that can make some money. Not even a bullish spike on the gap and run, but they usually look good. That's an XTP. We already know what it looks like. Here's CCC. Uh-oh, I don't have the green selected. Let me get it selected. There's CCC still struggling in that channel. EOSE still struggling in the same channel. And XTP sold off. IOVA still holding that price range. Open. That was a pullback. We're a little bit late on it. So the pullback level would have been here, just like this, from this green candle down to this red one where it reversed. Volume's not impressive on this stock, barely moving. And that's evident by no spike. Market's calming way down. And XTP trying to recover from the bounce. AAOI was moving earlier. Let's see what it's doing. It's still channeling to the right. And XTP, a little volume spike here, trying to recover and get back up there. So far, no good market open play. It don't matter, though. We have pre-market tomorrow where the chances are greater. Sometimes it's best to sit on your hands, unplug your mouse. If the market doesn't allow you to make any money, there's nothing you can do about it unless you short it, expecting it to go down. CCC is holding the price level. That's a good sign. It's not selling off. It could make a move. We just don't know when. Would like to see a strong volume spike come in. Give it a little bit of confidence. I see the sellers dropping off right here. Every now and then we get a little turn up of the buyers. So we're still struggling. Seeing it turning up right here on the buyer side. This may be where we take off. We set a new high on a spike. It didn't actually go up there. It did for a split second and then pulled back. Too risky for me. I'm going to make that decision. We're waiting too long for something to happen. And the moment I give up is when it takes off. That's why I'm saying these words. If it thinks I'm going to turn my head, it'll go up every time. There we go, pumping up now. We're coming out of that zone. Buyers are definitely stepping up. You can see them down here. You see the sellers are just laying flat. There we go. We're going now, finally. Let's see if we can hold this price level. Has nice volume. There's over 1 million shares traded in that one candle right there. And that's a tiny candle. I don't like trades like this at all, where you don't know where it's going. You get a small spike and then it sells off slowly. I don't like those kind of plays. Bumping up a little bit more, selling off a little bit more, bumping up again. What's good is the price is above the 5 EMA. It may continue to trickle up slowly. You like slow money, this is definitely it. You like anxiety, this is definitely it. Nice bump up, buyers coming in. And pulling it right back down. For some reason, I just have that feeling we're going to see a big red candle soon. Buyers are going to give up from the slow growth. So be careful if you're in it and you're riding these slow gains. Have that trigger finger ready. Steadily going up. Nice volume still. Couple of profit takers. Showing weakness here. Let's see if we can hold it. Going back up for a little bit more. Price is still above the 5. That's good strength still. We have not had a red arrow. Keep that in mind as well. Good thing is it's crawling up slow enough not to trigger a halt. Maybe coming down here. Tick chart is headed south. Buyer stepping up, bringing it back up. Still above the 5. Looks like we're going to go back into consolidation right here. Another spike arrow coming in. So while we're consolidating, I want to show you the swing thing real quick. I know you don't want me to do this in the middle of your trade, but it won't take but a second. I want you to see that it called this play way back here at about 279, gave the green indication to hang on, and has not posted a sell signal yet. So from 279 to 436 would be the swing trade. I'm watching that swing indicator on another monitor. It's performing beautifully. Into consolidation, like I said a little bit earlier. It may be over for this run. We'll see. So if you're in profit, you can always get back in if you're not on the PDT rule. Even if you are on the PDT rule and you have another trade left, you could always take your profit here. If it gets stronger, move back into it later. Because we may sit here for an hour, who knows? You guys breathing over there on YouTube? I haven't seen one comment in 30 minutes. You still alive? Freaking out? Feeling confident? Or did I lose connection? No response. I'm going to reconnect. Maybe I lost you. Let me restart YouTube. Can't believe this is happening to me. Sure wish they'd get it together. All right, I got you back. I was frozen on my end. Hope you could hear me the whole time. I guess it was just on my end. Maybe it was time for me to go down and you get to enjoy the move. I had no connection to YouTube for probably 20 minutes, maybe more. I thought maybe you guys were in a trade and didn't want to talk. Well, I'm glad you still heard me and it was still live. Maybe it was just me. There is two scanners for that indicator, one up and one down. I know, but I can't fix these bugs because they're not on my side. I don't know what's going on with the internet. Maybe they're setting us up for a total blackout. I don't know. I don't put anything past these people anymore. All right, let's knock Mr. Gaspard out for 30 minutes and see how he responds. I never bought CCCC. I don't like slow crawlers like this because if I get in with a large share size, I would be panicking seeing the negativity every time a green candle hits, then back to red, a green candle back to red. I don't like trades like that at all. If I'm going to make money, I need to be right from the start and out within a minute. Not watch the red and green candles hoping for the next bounce. That's not a good play to me. Good job, Alfredo. How many of you made money on CCCC? I hope you got in. I couldn't tell because I couldn't see your text. It's actually the only stock that was moving this morning. So small profits. Good job, Marilyn. Good job, Buster. Real good job, Miller Time Man. I guess those on Discord didn't make any money on it. They're not responding, or maybe I lost them too. Good job, Scotty. Thank you, Prebin, for that donation. Greatly appreciate you, brother, and God bless you. The market's dead. Look at the spikes. There's none. Nothing happening. People lost interest. Been happening every day between 9 and 9:30, and then hopefully you get one to move during the market hours. I'm not seeing RSLS, but I'll take a look at it. Not on my charts. RSLS. Didn't work. RSLS. Slowly moving up. Another penny stock I don't play. CLSK is the other one. Y'all can continue watching that one. Nice run up on it, some little pullbacks and continuation run. Guess it is on my chart. Maybe I need to focus more. CLSK looking really strong here. If you can see, the buyers took over and the sellers are just laying back. That's what you want to see. More than likely will continue to go up until these sellers jump in. If you want, you just watch this red line. If it starts turning up, that's when you know it's coming down. I'm seeing ACAD take off here. I'm going to jump over to it real quick. One of the high flyers. High flyers always pays off. You can get in on them on the red candles. CLSK still going up, still look good on the volume lines. That dominator really rocks. Keeps you in the groove, lets you know what's going on. You can see that slight turn up here on the sellers. See you later, Lance. God bless you. Good job, King Official. ACAD 2844 is the high. CCCC still channeling in that zone, which is good. It did pull back some. I think we're going to be playing for nickels or pennies the rest of the day, really, because of these volume spikes have disappeared. We're getting later in the morning session. That's going to really play a big role on where these stocks go. I'm seeing some red coming in up here. Lots of red coming in. That tells me the SPY is probably dropping right now. Just a little. It's not bad. I see Bob is playing his options this morning. I bet he's into the money. Playing SPX. If you're an options player, make sure you watch what Bob is doing. Send him a message. He loves speaking to you just like everybody else does. Reach out if you need help. NXTP, smaller price stock, channeling to the right. ACAD, pulling back. CCC, still channeling. NXTP, still channeling. BITF, starting to consolidate. So we're going to start leveling out here. I believe the market session's probably going to be a slow day. If you haven't been here before, I'm going to sign off at 9:30. That's when I end these live streams. If you enjoyed what you see this morning, hit that like button for me. Let YouTube know that I'm doing a good job over here. It also lets me know that you're happy with what I'm doing. If you've never been here before, I really appreciate you joining us this morning. Hope to see you back tomorrow. There's a link to my YouTube channel. Make sure you watch the videos. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. It's going to benefit you because I have a new indicator coming out Sunday, and if you're not subscribed to YouTube, you will not get the notification. And then you won't be able to use it on Monday. We will be running it on Monday morning once I put it out on Sunday. We're going to see it perform live on Monday, providing Monday's a good stock trading day. If you don't believe in our system, just hang around and watch us every morning. You will soon change your mind. I won't change it. These indicators will change it for you. If you don't belong to our Discord, I'll post a link down in the chat room. Make sure you join our Discord. There's where you're going to find all of the other investors, all of these scripts, all of the help, all of the videos. And you're going to gain a lot of blessings if you just go over there and start participating. If you know struggling investors, bring them over. The more of us we have buying a particular stock, the higher we can drive the price in pre-market. Probably can't drive it up much in market open because there's so many more people playing. But when we have low volume stocks in pre-market, if enough of us buy them, we can affect the price a little bit. So help me build this community. Everything is free. It's not going to cost them nothing. It's all donation based. If I do you some good, I'd appreciate your donation to the channel to help keep us going. You'll find a link to our Patreon over on Discord. Or you can donate down in the chat box like Miller Time Man did for $44.44. God bless you, brother. It really helps us keep going. Hope you enjoyed this morning's session. It was fun for me. I didn't get skunked. I only made the $80, but I'm doing the live stream. I'm not paying much attention. I'm trying to fight that battle. And do I do a stream or do I just shut up and trade? I'm trying to find that happy balance between the both of them. Here lately, been having a lot of YouTube freezes, Discord disconnects. I mean, I'm fighting and struggling over here. We need the bugs to go out so I can concentrate. Hopefully they get it mastered soon, and the migration, I really need that to be over with. I haven't even changed over yet. I fear that day coming. Lots more for me to do on my end through the changeover. If I have any issues, it's going to be a nightmare. Hope you had a nice trading session this morning. Hope you enjoyed what you seen. I believe you did. Hope you got blessed this morning with some profit. And it looked like the majority of you did. Thank you, Kotha, for your donation. It's greatly appreciated. God bless you. You know, I haven't decided on a name, Sonia. I'll think of something before Sunday. I thought about calling it Swingers, but I know there's some evil minds out there would turn that around instantly. So I got to come up with a better name. So this is a little bit down the road, but on the 18th, we're going to have a short pre-market session. That's when my medical x-ray comes up. We'll be trading pre-market, but I'll be closing the door at 8:30 at market open on the 18th. So be ready for that. Short session on the 18th, pre-market only. All right, guys, I appreciate you being here this morning. Have a blessed day. Be careful trading. And as always, God bless. Goodbye.